Yeah. PM or text me if you have questions or would like some recommendations. You know, I'm always happy to help you out. So the topic for tonight, how do you know if you're drinking enough water? How do you know if you're hydrating your body enough? Well, I really didn't. I had no idea. I mean, I've always heard a varying amount of different suggestions, but I really wanted to know. So like everybody else, I Googled it. And I ran across a few articles on hydration and the importance of hydration to the body. So I wanted to share some of those with you. As most of you know, I'm not a dietitian. You know, I just Googled them like everybody else. And I wanted to pass that on to you. Okay, so what I found is that our body is composed between 50 to 75% water. Men, of course, are different and are at 60%. Women are at 55%, kids 65%, and infants 75%. And most of us, you know, learned in school that water is one of the building blocks of all of our body's functions and systems. You know, we learned that our bodies, you know, require more water most of the time than we're consuming. And if you happen to feel thirsty, like I kind of do right now, maybe it's because I have a dry mouth when it comes to being on live video. Maybe that's it. So hey, why not? I'll take a sip. Hydration is important. But as I was saying, if you feel thirsty, then that means you're already dehydrated and you've lost about 3% of your body's water supply already. And there are many different side effects to dehydration, I found in the articles. And a lot of them are side effects that you may have attributed to other problems, like fatigue, headaches, or if you happen, the duration and intensity of your headaches, physical performance, mental performance, exhaustion. You know, all of these things can be exacerbated by lack of water. And what I found in the articles, that your physical and mental performance, all of those symptoms were all impaired before you felt the thirst in your mouth. So if you increase your water intake every day, it has 5 benefits. There we go. Sorry, I had to fix my hair. Just got it cut today. But if you increase your water intake, there are 5 benefits. And just seeing these benefits, I was shocked by them because, you know, they masqueraded as other problems and symptoms that you might not have thought of. So hey, why not? I'm going to keep hydrating. You should too. But here are the benefits that you're going to find. Number 1, and you hear me talk about this a lot, your skin. That's right. The number 1 place you will see a difference is your skin. And I didn't realize this years and years ago when my skin was dry and felt like the desert and kind of looked pretty nasty. But the skin is our largest organ in the body. And when your body is low on water, your body draws water from your skin to, you know, hydrate the other necessary areas of the body. And as well as your environment. I mean, if you live up in Wisconsin like I do, then, you know, being outside in the winter winds also dehydrates your skin quickly. But basically your skin feels dry, you know, tight, crepey, flaky, itchy. And you notice wrinkles start appearing faster and faster, as well as you might see a lot of irritation. And when you apply your makeup, it starts feeling like chalk, like halfway through the day. And, you know, most people don't like that feeling. And like I said, I don't like that feeling either. And slapping on moisturizer isn't going to be enough because the moisturizer evaporates and your skin loses that moisture throughout the day. One quick tip that I've mentioned before in some of my other videos, in order to trap more moisture in your skin, you want to keep your skin damp after cleansing and toning. And you want to apply your moisturizer while your skin is still damp. So if your skin is still damp and you apply your moisturizer, that's going to lock in a little bit more moisture and that will help it feel not so dry. And if you happen to need recommendations on products that are going to increase your skin's hydration by 200% or more so that your skin feels, you know, soft and smushy and pleasant all day long, please feel free to reach out or PM me. I'll be happy to pass along some recommendations on what I love. But the second benefit, it boosts your brain power. You know, I thought when I saw them, like, nah, no, boost my brain power. Come on, really? But then again, I thought, well, maybe the more water I drink, who doesn't need to be smarter? But what it does is if you feel like your brain is really sluggish and you're not reacting to the jokes, drink some water. Okay, I can do that. Of course, I can try not to drop the cap on the floor. Excuse me. But there's a new study from the magazine Frontiers in Neuroscience. Sorry, I had to check my notes there. I want to make sure I quoted them correctly. But that if you drink water before and while you're feeling thirsty, it will help you think and react more quickly cognitively. And if you think about it, your brain needs water like everything else in order for all of the functions to move properly. And their study resulted that participants who drank water before performing a series of cognitive tasks ended up reacting faster than those that didn't hydrate. So water makes you smarter. Drink more water. I can live with that. All right, so hello whoever is joining in. I can't see you, but hey, thanks for popping in. Back to what I was saying. The third benefit for hydration for your body. It does help with your appetite control and gut health. And in the articles that I was reading, it talked about how, a lot of people lose weight over the summer and don't feel like eating and end up gaining in the winter. Well, if you think about it, most people are always hot, so we're always drinking water to stay hydrated. And in the wintertime, we're not as hydrated and we don't drink as much water. So we tend to eat more. So that might be one correlation, although, the activity level is different. But the point being that the more you hydrate, it may help with your appetite control and gut health. And according to University Hospitals Case Medical Center's top clinical dietitian, Lisa Simperman, she pointed out that we don't have a strong thirst mechanism. And usually by the time that you notice it, you're really dehydrated. And many times we mistake hunger for thirst, so we overeat. I have to admit that was a problem for me years ago. I was heavy. So I could hear what she was saying. And the trick is when you feel hungry, take a bottle of water, have some sips. Drink a cup, drink half the bottle. But if you're drinking water before you eat, it is definitely going to assuage your thirst as well as, I would say, kind of tamp down your hunger a bit so that you feel full faster and you end up consuming less calories. Who doesn't like that? And it may assist in weight loss because, as you notice, there are a lot of diets and diet plans where they're always encouraging you to drink more and more water. I wonder why. Well, because you'll eat less and feel more full. And that's been the case for me, and I can tell you that from my own experience. For Lent, I ended up giving up snacking, which, I tend to snack a little, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And, and just drinking water instead. And I lost, maybe 2, maybe 3 pounds, not a whole lot. But I noticed that there was more fat loss, and I noticed that some of my measurements decreased. So, I had fat loss. I was excited about that. So I would say from my own experience and my own experiment that it does work. I mean, it's not going to be overnight, but the slow weight loss is what you want anyways, because you're losing fat and replacing it with leaner muscle. And I want to lose fat. I'll admit that. But fourth benefit, if you have headaches or irritability or fatigue, mood swings, it's not just from lack of sleep. Excuse me, I had an itch right there. Headaches, if you happen to have, strong headaches and the frequency and the dizziness, sometimes this can be attributed to a lack of hydration in your body. Because if your body is low on water, your blood vessels dilate and they cause worsening and lengthening of the duration of, any headaches. So if you are hydrated, it will reduce the duration of the intensity. And you'll have more energy, you'll be in a better mood and have less fatigue. I like that idea. Okay, next, I had to flip over to my next sheet of notes. So basically, as you increase your H2O intake, you feel less tired, you have more energy, your moods seem to stay more steady. More water. Works for me. But, and also the last one. Lowers risk of heart attack. Now, I'm not sure if you were aware, But heart attack is the #1 most important organ. You know, it pumps the blood, you know, that's your lifeblood. And the National Institute of Health has stated that heart disease is the #1 cause of death. You know, I would have thought it was skin cancer. Nah. But heart attack was the #1 cause of death. And a study in the American Journal of Epidemiology, I can't say that I read the whole journal or the article, but I'm just quoting from what I did read here. But that drinking water is associated with a much decreased risk of coronary heart disease and the plaque that seems to accumulate in the arteries. But other liquids tend to increase the chance. So water, yes, tons of other liquids, not so good. And if you think about it, the reason that water compared to other liquids is because if you are using water and drinking a lot of water, it is much easier for your heart to pump out the blood if it's thinner and at the proper hydration level. It moves very easily through your veins and you're less tired and have more oxygen circulated. So those are all some benefits. Now you want to avoid, and I hate to say this because I know most people are addicted to coffee, but large amounts of coffee, tea, soda, alcohol, juices, a lot of these can contribute to some of the problems and symptoms that I mentioned previously about a minute ago. Now the biggest dehydrators are tea, you know, coffee, soda, alcohol. And if you are choosing to have juices, keep in mind that they are high amounts of sugar and extra calories. So you want to try and substitute that as much as possible with just straight water. I mean, I know a lot of people enjoy, you know, Gatorade, you know, who doesn't? But you want to substitute as much as possible with just straight water. Straight water it is. Okay, there are a few key tips from the article that I picked up. #1, if you are a male, you want to drink 13 cups or 3 liters of water per day. So if you can imagine a 2-liter pop and half of another one, perfect. For women, drink a 2 liter of water for the day. And I know that seems like an astounding amount, like there's no way you could possibly drink that, but if you can drink 8 glasses of wine like it's nothing, we can drink 8 glasses of water too, or the whole 2 liter. But that's going to be my goal, to drink every day a 2 liter of water. So hopefully you can join in that with me. If you're pregnant, you need 10 cups of water or 2+ liters. If you are breastfeeding, you need 12 cups, just like guys do, or a 3 liter. And you want to limit your intake of dehydrators, I'm sorry to say. And you want to continue drinking your water throughout the whole day, not just at meal times. And if you happen to drink the water before you have a meal, you know, half a water bottle full, you will feel fuller faster and you will end up, you know, consuming less calories, less food. And you also want to hydrate before and after your workouts. Really important because you sweat out so much. Okay, so the results. So basically what is going to happen to you and what you're going to notice if your body is hydrated enough. You know, your skin will feel softer, it'll be healthier, better looking. You get better results from the products that you're using. And when you apply your makeup throughout the day, you'll notice that it will look better, it will last longer on your face, and it won't feel like chalk. Also, it will boost the cognitive function, so you're going to feel smarter and you're not going to feel so sluggish. It also benefits appetite control, sometimes weight loss, as well as your gut health, because that will help you move things quickly through your digestive tract so that you're not constipated. Also, it'll increase your mood and your energy level, and you'll also lower your risk of heart attack. So these are all some great benefits that you'll notice it, and you might notice an easing in some of your other symptoms when it comes to headache and other body functions because there is enough water in your body. So hydration